Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. It's that time of the week again where I show the best decks of the week. I recently changed it up from meta decks to off meta, and I just figured out just putting the 10 best decks I've seen this week. I get these decks from like Snap Fan, Marvel Snap Zone, Untapped, Twitter, other creators, Discord, everything like this. So I'm just going to show you 10 good decks this week. Start the Elsa week. I mixed it up this week. I had some free time, so there's going to be gameplay of each deck when I'm talking about the deck. So let's get into it. The first deck is my Craven Elsa list. This is a list I've been doing fantastic with. It's pretty much the deck that I've started the season with, and I went 19-1 with. The only change being I had Wave over Luke Cage, but Luke Cage is a must because Shadow King is everywhere. I'm like 45-7, 45-8 or something with this deck right now. Something like that. It's pretty good anyways. So let's have a quick look at the deck. So the idea is it's a bit of a silky smooth. You're putting the stats down. Alioth is kind of huge in the deck because it's an early tempo deck. You could remove this for like a Doom or a Shavaz if you wanted to, if you want another 6. Spider-Man 2099 and Ghost Spider is kind of my unique take on it instead of the standard Vision and Nightcrawler. But if you don't want, you don't have 2099 or you don't want to run that or you don't have Ghost Spider, Nightcrawler, Vision should be doing fine. Mobius is just a great card. If you don't have it, you could just replace it with another, like a Nightcrawler if that's the only card you're replacing, or Vision or something like that. But it's great. Elsa, not really needed, but it takes this deck up to higher potential. You can get taller with Elsa, but again, switch it out for a 2. You put Shadow King in here, anything like that. There's plenty of flexibility slots. If you need any, you want to play this deck, you'd have some cards. Leave a comment in the comments, and I'll get back to you with any replacement you want. Next up, we have Junk Deck. This deck is just super annoying to play. The idea is just giving junk, right? You're just throwing cards at them. If you don't have a Alioth, you can't just go like a Shavaz for easier draws. You could go for, I don't know, you could switch it up and put Hobgoblin in here, but I feel like Dr. Octopus is just great with Ghost Spider. If you don't have Ghost Spider, probably Hobgoblin's a bit better. Ghost Spider, kind of nicer. You can Doc Hawk, and if you can't win it, you can leave, right? So, yeah, plenty of things there. You could, another disruption card. I'm trying to think. What else is a disruptive card? You could go, what's his name? Sentry. Sentry fits in here as well if you want. You could put Carnage in here as well. You put Sentry in, you put Carnage in. So there's plenty of flexibility. Again, if you want any replacements, let me know the deck and what cards you want to replace, and I'll reply to you. It's a bounce Loki deck. The idea is you're kind of a bit low-key, but you're abusing Elsa by the fact that you've got all these wands, right? Agent 13, Mariah Hill, Snowguard, Kitty. All great wand drops. Falcon can bounce them back up, and then it buffs Collector, also adds more cards to your hand for Loki. So you can play them, get the cards, then do it again, right, if you wanted to. Buffs Collector, you get more cards. You're building Bishop because you're playing a lot of wands. There's not much Killmonger, so you're normally safe with the one drops. But if you're seeing Killmonger, I wouldn't rely on the Falcon. Mobius is in here again because it's just a great card that stops anyone waving you. But if you're not seeing much wave, you can cut Mobius for another 2 if you wanted. Yeah, not really much else to say. We just had a Loki season, right? You know how to play Loki. This is just a bit of a bounce. You could put in Agent Coulson in here. Agent Coulson could easily fit in here for any other generation card. Like if you don't want to do the bounce, you could take out the Falcon and put Coulson in. Still generates a lot of cards, just doesn't have that bounce feel to it. And let's get on to the next deck. Guardians of the Galaxy deck. I've seen this on Twitter this morning, and I can't remember where I got it from. I think it was W. I think. I can't remember. I'll have to have a quick look. But yeah, the whole idea is you're kind of fighting for tempo. And Guardians are quite good for tempo. Like this, look at the deck. Tempo cards. You've got Nebula. You can storm that lane. You've got Medusa, which is just a great 2/5. Mobius again. That's great for stopping wave and Dark Dimension. Silk could be Jeff. I like to play my Silk over Jeff. I'm still hunting for a good split for Silk. Drax can throw a lot of power down if you get it right. Well, Iron Lad can cheat out any of the cards that are all good to get. Mr. Fantastic, again, reaches another location. Claw reaches another location, as you'll see. I believe I Claw in the gameplay that you'll be seeing. Then Alive just wins it. You can Doom to reach the lane again, but Alive just, bam, get wrecked, get out my game, Alive. The next deck is a Shuri. It's a pretty standard Shuri list, right? With Kitty getting nerfed a little bit, you're probably leaning more towards the Sauron version. You could still do the Kitty, but then you probably want to put Elsa in there. It's changing up a little bit. But we went the Sauron list. It's got Elias for a win it all turn. You know, you get armor down, Shuri a lane, Red Skull. You can Elias, right? Another lane and win it. Pretty good. Jeff, just a great card. Move around. Morbius again. You don't need him in this deck, but it's nice. Wave seems to be falling off, so you probably need less and less Mobius. And I'm not releasing a Zabu or anything, or a Sarah in a while. So you could slowly start taking it out for another one or two. Like you could put Lizard in here, you could put Silk in here, you could put Shabazz in here. There's plenty of options. The full list really strong as well. If you get to one of these decks that you ignore what they're doing for the most part, right? If you get like your ones, you get your armor down, Sauron, Shuri, Red Skull, and then you Taskmaster or Alive, or instead of Red Skull, you Vision. You know, it's kind of easy. Vision's probably the safer option because then you can move it, so you're playing around Alive, right? If you get your armor down. Anyways, that's that list, and we'll go on to the next one. On to the next deck, which is a Zoo deck. The idea here is just to flood the board. We've got Elsa for some extra power, Storm to lock down lanes, so because we can jump up there with Nightcrawler. Shanna can get there. Squirrel Girl gets there. You've got Buff through them across the map, and Kazar and Blue Marble. You obviously stack up lanes if you want. This deck only works if you're not running into Killmonger. If you've seen a lot of Killmonger, which I can't remember the last time I've seen a Killmonger. Very rarely that you see Killmonger right now. It's a bit same with Shang-Chi as well. We've got Shang-Chi in here, but you don't need it. There could be another Floody type card or anything like that. I feel like Killmonger and Shang-Chi themselves are both falling off a little bit. Anyways, like the idea is just flood. You'll see, and you'll be watch the clip will be up here, the gameplay, and you'll be seeing that it throws out a lot of power that no one really expects. Right? I believe I won it with Shana on the last turn. The Enchantress, my double Ant-Man that I got from the location, it doubles the last card you drew instead of drawing a card. They thought you could win it with Enchantress, and then Shana came in. We had already won another lane. It was pretty crazy. It's a fun deck. And let's go on to the next deck, which is this is just a Loki Surfer deck. The idea is you can win with Loki or you can win with Surfer, right? So you've got your Forge, your Brood, which pretty much wins you a lane, right? That's pretty much that's a lane one, right? And then you get to construct another lane, and in case it doesn't win, you can surf for it. You can Forge Daken and then destroy that, and then Surfer. Obviously, Collector, Quinjet, Loki for the Loki side of it. You probably could get rid of Quinjet for maybe like a Nova or something like that, because there is pretty much Morbius in every deck. You don't really need the Quinjet, but the version I tried had it in just in case. I never really had to rely on the Quinjet, which was good. So it was a dead card, like a real dead card. So I would probably swap that because like the 2 times I drew it, they had a Mobius down, so I didn't play it. So I don't think I actually played it in like the 10 games I played, because whenever I drew it, they already had Mobius down. So it's kind of pointless, but it is what it is, right? It can high roll, but probably not worth it. Okay, let's get on to the next deck, which the next deck is just kind of a bounce list. Bounce is kind of back for this season because Elsa's great with cards that you can bounce. You've got Bass to buff everything up. You've got Iron Man for a big power swing on the last turn. Obviously, you've got Angel Bishop to grow while you're playing cards. Kitty grows. Elsa makes everything else grow. Mobius to deal with wave stuff. And then you've got the Wham Bam Thank You Man combo with Mysterio, Hitmonkey, Kitty Pryde on turn 6 if you need it. You've got enough cards here that you can flood the lane so that Mysterio can get like 2 Elsa buffs if you want. Maybe lead up to a third on like Hitmonkey or something like that. Or you could lead to a Mysterio buff, a Kitty buff, and a Hitmonkey buff, the Dream, on turn 6. Plenty of options here, and let's get on to the next step quickly. The next one's just a Phoenix Force list. This is just... Phoenix Force seems to be slowly creeping up, and it's a bit weird. It still needs a buff. I still think the card's kind of weak, but it's slowly creeping up. I think it's just kind of the deck, right? The lack of Shang-Chi is working wonders for this kind of deck. But at the same time, you could also Shuri the Nimrod, right? You don't need to go to Phoenix Force, right? You've got Human Torch, Multiple Man, and then some Destroyers into Phoenix Force. Like again, no Killmongers, so you can get the Human Torch on the go, right? Get the Human Torch up on 4, bam, move, Zola, bam, a load of big Human Torches. Zola the Nimrod, Zola the Venom, Zola even Phoenix Force if you want to, because there's plenty of... I believe the game that's showing on the screen, I think I picked the game versus a Shuri play where I made them retreat, because I got the Shuri on the Phoenix Force on a location that moves. So I already had like 12 power or whatever it was, 13 power across the board before I even moved. So they couldn't contest with that type of power. And finally, the last deck is this like Dark Hawk, Discard, Ghost Rider hybrid. I think this is just a worse version of the Silver Samurai list that was going around last month. It's still pretty decent. This is the type of package I will be running the Black Knight in. Something like this, but it'll have more reliable cards, shall we say, which will be another discard. So I feel like running this list, what I felt was in the 17 games I played, I never once got the combo to bring back Inferno with Blade, with a Ghost Rider. I never got Blade into Ghost Rider on turn 6. I never got Lady Sif into it. The one time I discarded it, we got a location that discarded another card, and it was a 50-50. I feel like you need Black Cat in here. I'd probably put a Black Cat in here for probably Luke Cage, possibly. Nah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard. Maybe Silk. I do like the Silk because we are kind of still a Elsa deck, so you can get in and out. You can swap Silk for Jeff easily. But yeah, I felt like Black Cat would be nice in here, so like Black Cat for like Luke Cage or Silk, I believe, for this deck. Anyways, that's it for the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace.